Before I start, I just want to thank the Bluestamp instructors and the program for really aiding me in all of this. It was a fantastic program. I think on behalf of all the students, thank you. So yeah. I am Jonah, a rising senior at SCR High School, and for my main project, I built a 3D scanner, which uses the iPhone to scan 3D objects, compile them into an STL file, and then you can actually 3D print it on a printer. So it kind of works similar to how a photocopier works. It scans a 2D piece of paper, it compiles it, and then it can make another piece of paper with the stuff on it. So the way it functions is that the actual code to compile images I didn't write, but all the stuff around it to take the optimal video that can get compiled into a 3D image I made. So I have an object that sits on a turntable, which I designed, and it can rotate based on a joystick. So if you change the mode of the joystick, you can actually make it rotate. So you might not see it rotating, but it's rotating very slowly, so you can take as many pictures as possible. And then the iPhone must switch positions in order to take different angles, because it needs a 360 video. So you can change the mode of the joystick again, and you can have the iPhone tilt, or you can have it go down or up, and it can change how it's viewing it. So when I first used the program that can compile an image, without all this, I made a key. And, it made this. It wasn't so nice, the key. So that's why I needed to have all this mechanics. So if you look, I made just today this Sharpie here, and it even has the word Sharpie on it. That's how exactly it will make it. And it actually uses some AI. So when you're taking the pictures, you see the still display, and it tells you where you need to take the next picture, so you can position the camera as needed. So my entire mechanics can be broken down to 3 motors: a stepper motor, which turns this table, a servo motor, which can rotate my phone, and a really powerful DC motor, which is traditionally used for drills, but it's used for this because it's very heavy. The reason why I chose this project is because I've always been interested in 3D space. When I was younger, I liked Lego, origami, and it seemed like a very natural progression to do something involving 3D. So this project involved a lot of 3D modeling, a lot of mechanics, and I ran into a few challenges along the way. So my biggest challenge was I spent weeks designing all these 3D components to make this more sleek and all that. But unfortunately, due to some stupidity and a heat gun, all of them melted. And I had to improvise. I had to use just objects I found around to make the razor or this, which spins it. So I use actually a drawer, the inside of a drawer to make this. So that is how my thing basically functions. The joystick code was, I think, the most complicated part of the coding. It takes the joystick's position and turns into a vector quantity, which can command different parts of my circuits to perform tasks such as turning the motor, raising and lowering, etc. So what was my biggest takeaway from this program? Well, when it comes to coding, the computer knows nothing. So you have to take an abstract idea like raising something and go, okay, what does it mean to raise? Well, I need a motor. Okay, how does that motor function? How does something turn? I need to break it down to its fundamentals and code it like that. So you're seeing a very abstract idea and targeting it in very small ways. And this is very helpful when it comes to troubleshooting, how you might have this big issue. This is not raising. Something got melted. Okay, so let's break it down to its fundamentals. Well, this wire over here might not be working, etc. So that was my biggest takeaway from this whole project. And I really, really enjoyed Bluestamp, and I think I'm going to consider being an engineer and a builder. So thank you. Any questions, I guess?
Did you use any kind of software program for the renderings, for the 3D renderings?
Oh yeah. So on my computer, a lot of times the 3 images weren't perfect. They weren't so sleek. So I got these interesting programs which can smooth out the images from the interior and exterior. It basically averages out different heights of bumps on it, so it has a more sleek image. Any other questions?
What is the name of the application you used on your phone?
It's called QLOAN. It was not meant for iPhone, but I converted it.
So what do you think the future of this technology might hold?
Well, I think we saw photocopiers become very popular, so you can photocopy paper. So maybe in the future we'll also have 3D photocopiers where you can be like, oh, I really like this toy, let me make another one. Or something of that sort. I really like this hamburger, let me have another hamburger. I don't know, maybe food is too complicated, but something along that line. Any other questions?
How many photos does that thing take to get a complete image?
Oh, thousands. It actually takes a video. It takes all the different frames in the video. Which is interesting.
How long does that take?
So the entire process of moving it all around, as of now, takes about 20 minutes because it needs to move really slowly to capture the optimal photos. Hopefully I can develop a way for it to move faster and still the same accuracy. Any other questions?
What was your favorite aspect of this project?
Oh, my favorite aspect of the project was actually the issues because it was sometimes so satisfying when having nothing work and you realize, oh, I accidentally pinched this wire and it's literally broken in half, and now that I connected it, everything works. There's something really cool about that, very satisfying.
How did you figure out the wire was broken?
So there's these things called voltage probes where you can put it but between 2 points and see if there's voltage going through it, if there's electricity going through it. So you start from square one, you go from each of your wires and see if stuff works, and you get to this one wire and you're like, oh my god, nothing is going through this. There must be an issue here. And you put a new one in and boom, everything works. Any other questions?